Hi, it's me, your friendly neighborhood artist. And this week we're going to have a little discussion about blindness. I know that there are some people. I had someone in my comments on one of my posts talk about if they could actually start drawing because they have color blindness and they're like mildly colorblind. I had a friend who was colorblind and I decided maybe I'll make a short little video on the type of resources that you could look at and some ideas that you could start with. So we're going to start with this right here. And this is the phenomenon of color blindness, right? So there's a few different types. Oh, goodness. We're going to start slow. Now, when it comes to this, it has like distinguishing types of color blindness and things that I think that are indistinguishable. Now, I don't know a lot about color blindness in general. I'm not saying that I am some kind of big, like, knowledgeable person, but I do have an understanding of how it works. So I know that a lot of people that have color blindness have different versions of it. And here are some of the different versions. And some people are actually truly colorblind, where they only see in black and white. And some people have like yellow and green. I know that one of my close friends does. So when it comes to this, people wonder if they can paint with color blindness. And you definitely can. And I guess this is the equivalent of what colors you can see per your type of color blindness, right? So they suggest here's some color palettes for color blindness. So colors that you can work with if you're colorblind. And they have some suggestions right here on this right hand side right here. And I'm going to be linking this. I'm going to link this in the bottom below for people who are colorblind. Now we're going to look at something else too. Okay, so I think part of finding an accessible color palette for people who have color blindness is finding something that works within your range. And a good way to do that is this website. It is an accessible color palette. So it's, I guess from what I'm gathering from this other website, you can put in a color and then it will suggest palettes for you. And you can find different types of palettes based on the color you originally picked. So we're going to do that right now. I wonder if I can just... No, I can't. Okay, we're going to do random because just for time's sake. So it will find palettes for you and generate them so you know kind of what you're working with, right? I think this is a really good tool to be using, and I'm going to post it below for you guys. I did want to suggest, as another suggestion for people who are colorblind, that you learn how to do grayscale. And if you don't know what grayscale is, I'm going to go look up another thing so I can give you suggestions. Now, what you see here is this is just a regular old Google search. Grayscale painting is where you're using shades of gray. You're not using black, you're not using white, you're using only gray and the variations of light gray to dark gray, right? A lot of people who have color blindness, including my friend and my cousin, they tend to lean towards doing this, where they can, they feel this is a more comfort zone for them. But you don't have to do that, right? You do not have to stick to this if you truly want to paint with color, right? So what you can also do is learn how color theory works, right? And for here, this is kind of how color theory works. You have primary colors, secondary colors, and the other extra colors. And there's red, yellow, and blue, and then things kind of go bounce off of that. Now, because you guys have an issue kind of telling the differences between some of these colors, depending on your type of color blindness, you're looking for contrasting color harmony. Now, I know some of you might not be able to see this, but there's like shades of green right here. And you're looking for a complementary color. So for this green, there's also this violet. And the way to kind of learn these colors is by, I would say, memorizing the color wheel. I think that would be a good start for you. Also, learning the numbers of colors would be good too. And as you can see here, there's a visible spectrum of different types of colors. And, you know, these lesser numbers are cooler colors, and these stronger colors are for, like, you know, more vibrant colors. That's another way. So you can, like, if you can put a number to a color, I think that would help you guys maybe decipher what colors you're using when you're, you know, kind of deciding on color palettes. Also, making detailed notes on your color palettes is also a good thing to do too. So I'm gonna post another resource. And this is one of the resources that I use the most. It is Coolers, and it is a color palette generator. Now, I know that this might be a little bit difficult for some of you to see, and others of you may not. Others may have an easier time to see this. But for people who are colorblind, this is a great resource because not only does it give you the numbers of the colors that you're using, right? It also gives you the name. So you can, I feel like if you can decipher the name or remember the names, you'll be able to, like, kind of help yourself along. I mean, that's why some people make little palette swatches of markers, because the markers they're not named normal names. They're named by numbers. Sorry, and for this, you can actually keep just pressing space, and you'll get so many different colors. And if you make notes on them and how to work them in, I believe that you can start learning the painting process with these colors, because I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm pink, and this is like a pink to dark violet color palette, or I think that violet, I don't remember. Yeah, pink to violet, it says right there, stupid. So all you have to really remember is make some notes about the colors you're going to use. Also, if you're going to do a non-digital medium, like you're going to do like in person, not in person, you're going to do traditional stuff, I would suggest finding paints that have names, or maybe ask your friends to help you with naming the colors so that you can remember what they're like and then have your friends describe them. Like this would be very helpful for you. I think that everyone can paint and everyone can paint good. Like being colorblind is not a reason not to try. It might be a hurdle, but it's definitely not a hurdle that you can't, like, completely jump. And just to give you, like, a small example, here is this is a colorblind artist, and as you can see, he's like a physical artist, so he has all these paints that he uses. I'm sure somebody does help him a little bit, or he just knows because he's smart. So as you can see, you know, it is only you that's holding you back. If you really try really hard, you can learn how to do this stuff too. Like, never say that you can't do it. I mean, look how colorful this is. This is like super colorful. So many different colors. Like, there's no reason you guys can't do it too. I wanted to look over one more person, because this person is a art director. So look at this. This is very, I mean, look at these different artworks. These artworks are very different. He has contrasting colors. I don't know what type of color blindness he has, but, you know, I'm just assuming that he has learned his own way. And I mean, a lot of people who are colorblind, some of them prefer to use their muted palettes that they already know. So here, let's see what else we got here. I mean, look at this. You guys can all do this. There's no reason why this is, like, off the board for you. And with that, that's going to be it for me today. I know this video is a little bit shorter and it's kind of off the cuff. I didn't do a script like I usually do because I just kind of wanted to talk about this for a minute, because I feel like once I had one person talk about it and feel like he couldn't do art because he had not started yet and he was colorblind, I could see where that could be a hurdle people would be, like, so frightened to, like, jump over, because doing a new skill is really hard. And I believe in you guys. I do. I didn't put up my Christmas thing yet because, yes, that is another topic for another time. But I hope you guys have a good afternoon, and I'm going to have a few special videos in the future. Thanks you guys for watching, and have a good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever. Bye.